All right, which episode was I on? Hey there. I didn't see the camera on. Now, I know you're probably hoping that I was going to do another Fire Stick video talking about Tubi TV for the 10th time. However, today that's not the case. Today I introduced to you the Wemyss projector. Now, for a while, I wanted to take a few more sponsorships on this channel, particularly from projector companies, because I think the streaming devices I work with gives me a chance to recommend also an awesome projector that will be a great TV replacement. So when Wemyss contacted me asking me to review the P61, I said, damn, sure, why not? Now, over my years of reviewing, I have reviewed a ton of really good projectors and a ton of really bad ones. But the question we have to answer today is, where does this small, compact, Fire Stick loving projector land? So today we're going to be breaking down a few basic components of this device. We're going to be unboxing it and talking about everything that comes with it. We'll be breaking down the screen size and the resolution. I'll talk about the built-in hi-fi speakers. Of course, we're going to talk about the pricing and any promotions. And at the end, I'll talk about the good, the bad, and if I can actually recommend it. Now, Wemyss is off to a good start because they've given me 2 extra projectors to give away completely free for you guys. Now, in order to have a chance to win, all you have to do is give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel down below and comment down below what the first show you would watch on this projector is. Now, in 1 week, I'll be picking 2 random commenters down below and we will definitely verify that the giveaway happened. All right, let's get into unboxing this thing. So let's start by breaking down what comes in the box. So they give you a pretty detailed user manual with a QR code on the back if you need any help at all. So you get an HDMI cable, you have a remote, unfortunately batteries not included, your power cable, an AV cable, cleaning cloth for your lens, and some little Q-tips just in case you need to clean out some of the holes. So this is the Wemyss projector. It has a really nice leather handle to it. As you can see, a great compact design, literally fits in my palm. On the back, you have your USB, your HDMI, your AV, and a headphone jack, but it's a little far away, so that one might be tough. So now that we talked about what comes in the box, let's go ahead and break down the screen size and the resolution and see how it works. The P61 is advertised as a screen size that can run anywhere between 40 inches all the way up to 300. It also comes with a screen resolution of 1920 by 1080p, making it a solid HD quality. Now, like all projectors, the quality of your screen is also going to vary as you move it back and forth, going from its recommended size or distance. And of course, the lighting in your room does make a difference as well. Now, right now, I have the Wemyss projector about 51 inches away. That gives it a screen size of roughly 49 inches. And at that distance, the quality is actually fairly solid. When I turn all the lights out, you can really see it. It illuminates well, it holds its color, and overall I can say I'm quite pleased with it. But I do have one beef. Now, according to their Amazon ad, this screen can go up to 300 inches. In fact, they put it right in the title. Now, the reality is this screen can go nowhere near 300 inches. And that is definitely a little bit of false advertising on their end. Now, I did call them out on this and in fact get a response where they said it can go up to 300 inches. However, that doesn't mean the resolution is going to stay. But when you think of it, that's kind of silly because if you say it can go up to 300 inches, I expect for it to be able to go up to 300 inches. Now, their representative did clarify and say 2.5 meters, which is 98 inches, is the preferred distance for this machine. So let's go ahead and move this thing 2.5 meters away and see how well it holds up. Now, to my surprise, when I moved it back to that 2.5 meters, it actually held up pretty well. Now, this is only a third of the distance of what they say this machine can go up to. And I can tell you this can touch nowhere near 300 meters and actually be usable. However, if they just advertised this size screen, I would say that's pretty impressive on its own. So I think it's a little bit of a lesson for companies, although that might get you a few sales. When you're getting a review done, you don't get by that. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the speaker that's built in. Now, I do appreciate you don't have to use external speakers with this device. So that means I was easily able to plug in my Fire Stick. In fact, I only need one power outlet because it also has a built-in USB for my Fire Stick. So the P61 is supposed to pack two 6-watt speakers that deliver cinematic sound and deep bass. Now, I will tell you one thing. This sound does not have deep bass, and I would not call it cinematic.
And I know capitalism says that competition means that things should get cheap.
Now, to be fair, the sound quality at around 40 to 50% is actually not bad. However, it definitely does not have deep bass either. So I know sometimes these companies like to use funny wording, and I'll just break it down here. It has okay speakers. That's it. Now, if you're using this inside, the speaker will probably be fine for most distances in rooms. In fact, I can easily be 4 meters away and still hear it pretty clear at around 33%. However, if you're using this outside, you may want to use an external speaker of some sort. Now let's go ahead and get into the good. Now, as much as I've been eviscerating them on small wording in their ad, there is some good to this device. For one, it is super compact. I mean, come on, this thing is absolutely tiny. It's like a little suitcase you can bring anywhere to anybody's house and even travel with you. For its price point, the outside quality is actually pretty solid. However, I did notice a few things that I'll break down very shortly. I love that I'm able to easily plug in my Fire Stick, and it only requires one cord that needs to be plugged in. That's it. It has built-in Bluetooth 5.2, and it even has a Miracast option for your phone or your tablet. AirPlay as well. You can also just put in a USB and have movies or music and photos directly on it. Now, there are a few bad things as well that I have to break down. The first one being the misrepresentation of the product. This is really my biggest issue with the projector. They could have just said it has a maximum screen size of 98 inches. And they also could have been a little bit more honest of the speakers instead of trying to embellish the quality. Now, with that being said, hopefully they learned something from it and you guys have the truthful answer to it here, and I get to tell you if this is a product worth buying. Now, my other small issue is a quality issue. Now, on all 3 models, I have the same issue. These little feet, they came to me and they were always falling off. So they clearly have an adhesive issue here, and it was on all 3 models. Now, this thing runs like a fan. You can hear it and it gets hot. So these feet, the way they are, will not last. And that's a big performance issue that needs to be fixed. So let's go ahead and break down price. Now, Wimmis was nice enough to include a nice discount for me, and they also have a coupon on their page. So right now in the US, it's regular $160. You can get a $70 coupon, bringing that down to $90 plus an additional 5% off coupon from me. Now that pretty much brings it down to around that $85 range. And the same kind of deal includes for my Canadian subscribers. Now the question is, can I recommend this? Now let's just talk about the US price. This is an $80 compact projector. Would I pay regular price for this? $160? No. Not a chance. Not even with the truthful description. However, would I pay $85 for this? Yeah, absolutely. I think for $85, this is kind of what you expect around that price range out of a projector. And in fact, better than some of the random ones, it actually works and does its job. It definitely had a few issues, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for a projector at that price range. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this one, check out this one here on how to jailbreak your Fire Stick. I'll see you guys in the next one.